Here are my 10 reasons why the Leica Q Series cameras are the best cameras for travel photography. I've just come back from a trip to Dubai where I was teaching model photography, and I wanted to take one camera with me to do all the kind of touristy type pictures. I had the choice for Leica M, Leica SL, Leica CL and the Leica Q. My camera of choice was the Leica Q. Here's a story in pictures, 10 types of photography with the Leica Q. Hi guys, Matt here from MrLeica.com. So if you don't know what a Leica Q Series camera is, this includes the Leica Q, Leica Q2 and the Leica Q2 monochrome. All cameras have a 28 f1.7 fixed lens that offers you autofocus, and it's a full frame sensor. I'll link my Leica Q playlist at the end of the video. Okay, number one, in no particular order, tourist photos. So if you're a person that enjoys like a balanced life, not just photography, sometimes you need to have a camera which is small and light enough to fit in a day bag for when you're out traveling with, say, family and friends. The Leica Q camera offers you everything you need in like a small package, and it's so light you don't really feel like you're carrying any weight at all in the bag, and it's got the kind of ability to give you nice colors, high res images and shoot in low light, as you can see in some of these. The Leica Q is really great for kind of opportunist photos when you weren't planning to take pictures but yet you see something amazing. Number two, street photography. Now personally I find the Leica Q camera faster than the Leica M cameras or SL cameras for street photography. The autofocus and the small size just makes it, for me, a better tool for street photography. These are just walking through the markets in Dubai and in different places later at night, and I was able to kind of focus and get the shots before the people noticed, and so I find the Q really good for these types of shots for the street. Number three, taking photos of strangers. So by this, it's a bit like street photography, yet you ask if you can take their picture rather than, say, just trying to do a sneaky shot. So the guy I was with, called Asif, knew that I could take portrait, so he'd say hello to people. He'd say, "Oh, hello, my friend will take your picture." And so I was kind of thrown into these situations where I was photographing these people after I was introduced. Number four, friends. I'm sure many of you travel with family and friends or make new friends on arrival. Here are some photos of the awesome people I met in Dubai who flew me out there to teach the model photography event. They're all part of the CC Collective, which is a Dubai photography group. I can link it below. And then they also kind of drove me around and showed me some of the sites. And then I was even part of some of the coffee and camera meets that they have. And so I met quite a few of them. A lot of them had Leica cameras. There was also quite a few Hasselblads, lots and lots of expensive cameras and things. So it was really nice to talk cameras and lenses to them. I've got more videos to come on some of the cameras, so stay tuned for that. And feel free to subscribe if you've not already done so. Yeah, I was teaching, but I also learned a lot from these guys. Really great people. We did a photo walk one evening on like the main strip, and this is me posing in between the lights to show the benefit of like using the available lighting. And this was more of the group, and I was kind of doing some like wedding style couple shots for them. Number five, food photography. I'm sure many of you are foodies, and so you would have enjoyed some of the sites that I saw in Dubai. Having a camera that will focus close enough to get detailed food shots, I think is really important if food is your thing. And that is possible with the Leica Q. Number six, night photography. So for night photography, as you probably know, you need a lens which is decent and sharp enough, wide open at 1.7, and you need a usable high ISO. Luckily, the Leica Q is great, wide open, and all photos in this video are shot at f1.7. And I was trying to use the camera at ISO 800 where possible, and then ISO 1600 if I really needed to, like at a push. I think all of these photos, because of the bright lights, are shot at ISO 800, and yeah, the colours are great. Number seven, macro and close-up photography. So the Leica Q gives you the macro ability, and this is really, really useful for travel if you want to do any kind of detail shots. As part of the groups of the people that I met, we did a lot of camera-related stuff. So I saw all sorts of nice cameras, M11s, the new M6, the steel rim 35 1.4, the Tri-Elmar I've seen here. I've got a video coming on that. So again, subscribe if you want to see that. And I like M9P, which I used for 2 days. So I have M9 presets to follow and a video. Number eight, landscape photography and cityscapes. I've only got a few examples here as I was using other cameras as well, but the 28mm focal length for me is just perfect for these types of landscape, cityscape shots. Number nine, cars. That's not something I often talk about on the channel, but I do actually really enjoy car photography if I find cars of interest. I think if I lived in the US, I'd be taking a lot more car photos, but in the UK, I'm a bit limited. One of the common cars you see in Dubai is a G-Wagon, and Omar, one of my hosts, had a customized version as seen here, so we used it for the model shoot and it made a really great prop. That brings me on nicely to number 10, model shoots. So the 28mm focal length of the Leica Q is very usable for model shoots, especially for environmental style portraits. So obviously, being somewhere new, I was interested to get both the background and the model in the shot. And also, as I was teaching, I wanted to show some behind the scenes of how I was lighting the portraits. Because at the end of the day, I suggested we use the car lights to light the model. And then you can see me and Omar here using just that light source to kind of do all of our shots. And I really enjoyed the unique kind of look that it gave compared to the shoots that I'm used to. I'll share more examples on social media soon. And in summary, I was really happy with my choice of taking the Leica Q camera as my main kind of tourist camera on my trip to Dubai. This is the first of 4 YouTube videos from my trip, and I'll also be sharing some behind the scenes videos on my Patreon channel where I teach more about model photography. With that, a huge thanks to my awesome patrons who are the people that make this YouTube channel possible, and click my Leica Q playlist to see more Leica Q related videos.